Saya jadikan host habis ini ya.
Ya.
Sebelum sampean pergi. Settingannya nggak usah nggak usah waiting room, sampean bisa ngeset.
Nggak usah waiting room, ya harus saya matikan dulu.
Iya, soalnya nanti biar nggak repot, nggak apa-apa, wes orang keluar masuk.
Ya?
Nggak terlalu penting.
Ya kan tinggal sampean nyari co-host siapa, suruh bagian gitu kan. Tinggal.
Ya, bisa juga sih, cuma maksudnya
Ini sudah live YouTube ini dah.
Ya, saya kalau sudah nanti nggak apa-apa, saya langsung aja dijadikan host, nanti saya
Ya.
minta anak-anak.
Kan sampean tinggal milih temannya yang banyak co-hostnya gitu.
Ya, ya nggak apa-apa.
Semakin banyak co-host kan semakin bagus jaringannya. Iya, saya kalau kadang sampai 10 saya co-hostnya.
Gitu
Kan
ya.
melindungi jaringan. Satunya mati kan masih dilindungi sama yang satunya gitu.
Iya.
Dijaga. Sudah saya oper sampean?
Sudah ya, sih.
Ya.
Saya kok nggak
Saya live ya.
bisa melihat saya sendiri ya. Oke ya, matur nuwun ya, Mas Hudan.
Oke. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum, Mas Jamroni.
Waalaikumsalam Mas Sutran.
Suara tes suara.
Aman.
Aman ya, nggak ada noise ya?
Tidak ada Mas, alhamdulillah.
Masang background. Backgroundnya udah di-share kan Mas ya? Teman-teman.
Sudah Mas di grup elektro.
Ya, elektro. Anu yang dream.
Coba Mas Zamroni tes audio, ngetes.
Oh iya Pak Anam. Bisa nih Pak Anam.
Iya gitu, virtual background nih. Aku nih sekolah nih Mas.
Iya Mas.
Apa? Kita backup nanti kalau ada apa-apa. Apa? Oh. Apanya enggak? Bisa. Karena ini kan boleh taruh di mana? Iya. Ini kan picture HP
Dr. Anam. How are you?
Salam. Alhamdulillah. How are you, doctor?
Alhamdulillah. Aba khabar.
Alhamdulillah, it's good. I think your voice is a bit small. I mean,
Just
need louder. Okay, that's all right.
yeah, maybe because I need to change my direction. Now, is it all right now?
Yeah, it's all right now. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, how is the life? How's everything?
Alhamdulillah, everything is all right. How about in Sydney? How about the coronavirus outbreak?
No, in Sydney we didn't suffer at all. I think all Australia maybe 8,000 cases, and
Oh.
the people who passed away maybe 50 or 60, something like this. So not
60?
really.
Less than 100.
Yeah, I think altogether less than 100.
Wow.
I cannot recall, but they closed the borders, they closed the states. So this is the reason they control it. From today, now we can travel to Queensland and Victoria.
Okay. So you have to be careful if you want to go to Indonesia.
Yeah, we're aware about that. Inshallah, it will be easy and we'll finish soon, inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah. Maybe we can start our webinar. Firstly, we will do some opening remarks from our dean and our head of department. Inshallah.
Inshallah, I will be silent, mute, so do
Yeah.
whatever you like. Okay.
Thank
Salam
you.
alaikum.
Salam. Mas Harun?
Iya, Pak.
Ya, coba Mas Zamroni sudah siap?
Iya, Pak.
Oke. Moga Mas Harun.
Sebentar, Pak.
Iya.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our such great event, the Stadium General of Machine Learning and Application and its future directions, jointly held by Master Degree of Electrical Engineering, Intelligent System and Robotics Laboratory, or ISR, a research group of CRIS Advanced Technology for Agriculture and Health, CRIS ATAH, and also by International Office, the Institution of Research and Community Services, LPPM. First of all, let us thanks to the Almighty, the God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us mercy, guidance, happiness, and health. Therefore, we can attend and participate in this such great event without any obstacles. Praise and salutation also to Prophet Muhammad SAW, who have guided us from Jahiliyah era to Lightning era. Here, I am as Master of Ceremony. We would like to thanks to all principal people who fully support us to hold this event. First, absolutely, we would like to thank the Dean of Engineering Faculty, University of Jember, Dr. Triwaju Hardianto, ST.MT. Secondly, we would like to thank the Head of Electrical Engineering Department, University of Jember, Dr. Bambang Srikaloko, ST.MT. Thirdly, we would like to thank the Head of Master Degree of Electrical Engineering Department, University of Jember, Dr. Azmi Saleh, ST.MT. Lastly, we would like to thank and welcome to the keynote speaker, Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili from the School of Biomedical Engineering, the core member of Center for Health and Technologies, CHT, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia. Welcome, Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili. Thank you for him and welcome to our great event. We also appreciate to the committee who organized such great event. Also, welcome to all attendees or participants of this lecture. On this special Tuesday morning, let me read our agendas in a sequence. The first is singing song of Indonesian National Anthem and University of Jember Anthem. The second is the speech of the head of Electrical Engineering Department. The third is the speech of the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Triwaju Hardianto, STMT, who will officially open the seminar. The fourth is the main event, the lecture about machine learning and its future directions by Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili from the School of Biomedical Engineering, core member of Center for Health and Technologies, CHT, University of Technology, Sydney. This lecture will be guided by the moderator, IR Hoirul Anam, STMT, PhD. The fifth is the discussion or Q&A session. The last is a closing time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to take the advantage of the quality of the time, let us start it by singing Indonesian National Anthem, followed by the University of Jember Anthem. Please, to the committee who is responsible for this takes part, Mr. Zamroni. Hello, Mr. Zamroni. Time is yours. Thank you to the committee who is responsible for this one. The second is the speech of the head of Electrical Engineering Department. Please welcome Dr. Bambang Srikaloko, STMT. Time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for all the time given. Let me give a warm welcome to you all for participating in this event. It is such an honor for me to deliver a welcome speech for this seminar. I am Bambang Srikaloko, the head of the Electrical Engineering of University of Jember, getting so excited to support this. First of all, we would like to thank the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, University of Jember, Dr. Triwahyu Ardianto, STMT, who support this event. Secondly, we would like to thank the keynote speaker, Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili, from the School of Biomedical Engineering, core member of Center for Health and Technology, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia, that will share his knowledge. Lastly, we would like to thank all organizers who play an essential role in succeeding in this seminar. We would also like to thank participants from master degree students, undergraduate students, and even cutting-edge technology enthusiasts who are eager to join us. Again, thank you so much for Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili, who approved our invitation to share some knowledge about machine learning and its application. Hopefully, we can gain useful insight from this lecture for future work. Thank you and enjoy the event. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Thank you for Dr. Bambang Srikaloko, STMT. The third is the speech of the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Triwahyu Ardianto, STMT. The Dean will also officially open the seminar. Please welcome Dr. Triwahyu Ardianto, STMT. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. The Honorable, the Head of the Electrical Engineering Department, Faculty of Engineering, University of Jember, and also the Honorable Head of the Electrical Engineering Study Program, Master Degree, Bachelor Degree, and a Diploma Degree, Faculty of Engineering, University of Jember, and also the Honorable Dr. Adel Al-Jumaili from University of Technology, Sydney, from Australia. Welcome to Jember, Dr. Adel, even though by virtual media, and nice to meet you. Good afternoon in time in Australia. And also the Honorable, my colleagues of the Electrical Engineering Study Program, Faculty of Engineering, University of Jember. And also the Honorable, my students, Master Degree, Bachelor Degree of the Electrical Engineering Study Program, Faculty of Engineering, University of Jember, and also webinar participants, lecturers, and students who may be from outside of the University of Jember. Alhamdulillah, we can meet in a healthy condition by the grace of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and also we always give greetings to the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Alhamdulillah, this morning we will study together and attend guest lecture that will be presented by Dr. Adel Al-Jumaili from University of Technology, Sydney. And this activity aims to increase our insight and knowledge related to the electrical engineering, especially about the biomedical control. This activity is also in commemoration of the anniversary of University of Jember, which held on November 10, 2020. Even though the COVID-19 pandemic situation is still not over, we can still work to improve our performance and increase our knowledge. And if the pandemic is over, I hope we can meet and continue collaborative activities such as research, academic, and community services between our institutions. Finally, congratulations on participating in this webinar and representing the committee. I apologize if there are any shortcomings in this activity. And also for my master students, my bachelor students, please take advantage of this guest lecture to be able to get acquainted with Dr. Adel and be able to follow Mr. Anam to study doctoral in Australia. Let me officially open this event on behalf of the Rector of University of Jember. Please let me to saying Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This guest lecture with the theme of machine learning application and its future direction is officially opened. Thank you very much. Enjoy your guest lecture and enjoy your webinar. Time I return to the Master of Ceremony.
Okay, thank you for Dr. Tirwahyu Ardianto, STMT, for the welcoming speech. The fourth is the main event, the lecture about machine learning and its future directions that will be guided by the moderator, IR Khairul Anam, STMT, PhD. Let me introduce IR Khairul Anam, STMT, PhD by reading his curriculum vitae or CV first. Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you. Mr. Khairul Anam is known for the doctor in electrical engineering, University of Jember. Affiliation from 2005 to now from electrical engineering, University of Jember. From 2017 until now, the secretary of LP2M, University of Jember. From 2019 as the head from the Laboratory of Robotics and the Development of Science Technology, SIDAS, University of Jember. His education, 2002, he has graduated from Electrical Engineering, University of Brawijaya. From 2008, he has graduated from Control Engineering, ITS Surabaya. From 2016, Biomedical Engineering, University of Technology, Sydney, Australia. And in 2018, he has graduated as a profession in Institute University of Jember. His research interests are so many, including biochannel pattern recognition, intelligent control systems and robotics, and also applied machine learning and their applications. Okay, if you wanna know more about him, you can follow or subscribe his YouTube. There are his website from YouTube, Twitter, Orchid, and also Instagram. And we can also open his website http://hoyrulanam.com. Okay, thank you. It is his curriculum vitae from Hoyrul Anam STMT PhD. Okay, to take the advantage of the time, it's better for us to give the time for Mr. Hoyrul Anam STMT PhD. Time is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harun, Mas Harun, for the introduction. Firstly, I would like to ask you to give me access as co-host, please. Mas Harun, you are the host.
Sorry.
I would like to share some CV of our keynote speaker for this morning event.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Yep. Oh, sorry, this one, not the one, because I have 2 accounts in this Zoom. Please make the other one.
Wait, I'm still searching.
Wait, maybe I can do by myself from my phone.
Oh, okay, this one. Sorry. Wait.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Okay.
This.
I did. Okay. Before I read the CV of the main speaker for this morning event, I would like to greet our keynote speaker, Dr. Adel. Are you here?
Yes,
Hello?
I am with you. Yep.
Okay, thank you. So before you start for the presentation, I would like to give a little bit insight about your CV. Our main speaker for this morning event is Associate Professor Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili. He is with University of Technology Sydney, and now he's the leader and the researcher in computational intelligence, humanized computational intelligence-based technology, health technology, biomechatronic system, biosignal pattern recognition, machine learning, biomedical engineering, and vision-based cancer diagnosing. So many affiliation. So about his research interest, it's about computational intelligence based on EMG, EEG, and etc. And until now, he had held many academic leadership positions, 11 patents, 3 international, United States, Australian, and 5 professional national patents. And also he has 6 best paper awards and many others, mashallah. And also he has published over 230 peer-reviewed articles and have H index 27 with 2,879 citations. I think so many awesome publication also output of the research of his until now. Please welcome Associate Professor Adel Ali Al-Jumaili for delivering his presentation about machine learning, its application, and its future direction. This time is yours.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning in Indonesia. Good afternoon in Sydney. It's my pleasure to be with you, and thanks for the Dean, the head of department, and my close friend and brother, Anam. I call him Anam because I used to call him Anam. So please accept that from me. Okay. I know he's now a doctor, but this is what we used to call each other. And I'm going to present today. I hope you now you can see my screen. Am I right?
But yeah, we already
Okay.
seen it.
So I will try to be short, but within the time. And please stop me if you have any question or comment, or we can stay to the end. So today I'm going to talk about machine learning application and the future direction. So the agenda, I'm going to make some introduction. Before we go to machine learning, we should know what artificial intelligence, what machine learning, what computational intelligence, and also what's the problem and application, how we can apply it, and the problem with the social, because now a big direction is a humanized of computational intelligence. So it's a type of social interaction and physical contact and the human machine interaction. And I'm going to do the future direction. And I put in my all slide, I put the university name in Indonesian language or in Malay language. So as a start, I am under UTS ranking. It jump each year around the 20 places. So in 2016, we are in QS number 218, but in 2020, now we are 140. So almost each year we jumping an average 20 position or 20 places. And the QR ranking, we are 11 in Australia, and almost 80% of our subjects is above the above international level. Who am I or who we are? I am always talking as a team. We have a publication, patents and disclosure, best papers, more than 230, now this 200, best paper award 6, 11 patents, grants around 7 million, we deliver more 17 project, award and the price is 6, and I supervise more than since 2009, last 10 years, more than 16 PhD students graduated under, 15 PhD and 1 master by research graduated under my supervision as principal, and now supervise 4. I have 2 supervision award. I have involved in one way or other more than 25 journals. I was a chairman for in 11 session, and now also I am a book editor or series of book editors with Tyler. So now let us talk about machine learning and computational intelligence application. So before we go there, I just pick up for you some areas. This is just from one conference publications. So this just give us the few coming slides, just give us some idea what the area of computational intelligence now working with it. And see, just I highlight the red one, which is somehow is going where I'm going to talk about it. So all of this, see this area, okay, this areas, computational intelligence, feature analysis, selection, and learning, robotics intelligence, informationally structured space, neurophysics, coding, computing, IEEE. And from that, there are many, many topics. See, this is computational intelligence and control and automation. This is all of it, the subtopics there. This is computational, I cannot see this one, let me, and healthcare and e-health. This is subtopic, the people working with it. Okay, this is computational intelligence, human-like intelligence. This is computational intelligence, robotic rehabilitation and assistive device. This is computational intelligence, security and defense. This is feature analysis. So without saying more, we can see that always the computational intelligence and machine learning now enter every area in one way or other. So there are big rise in data and machine learning and become very important to solving many applications. So that one research now the application that it's already done, like computational and intelligence in finance, all selling and buying shares now by machines, credit or credit securing and algorithm trading, image processing, computer vision, face recognition, motion, whatever. Computation in biology, trauma detection, drug discovery, DNA sequence, and in pharmacy and energy production and natural language processing, all the ELSA, Google, Siri, all of them working in these areas. So by saying this, so what we mean by artificial intelligence, what we mean by machine learning, what we mean by computational intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence is the big umbrella that we're using development algorithm to do a type of learning and take a decision based on that. So this is artificial intelligence. In other words, artificial intelligence provide the system with the type of intelligence that maximally use it in the given situation. What we mean by that? Let me say I'm going to say a joke, and everybody laugh, just one person. He start to laugh after half an hour. Is this behavior is intelligent or not? So we are going to say he has a knowledge, and because understand the joke, but with the time delay. So it should be within maximize using the knowledge in the given situation. This is in general. Under this big umbrella, there is something we call it machine learning. Machine learning is algorithm pick up from natural pattern in the data, try to find the natural patterns in the data, and try to make some analysis and a better decision or a prediction based on that. So, and this can be in any critical decision in life, in daily life activity. And there are many types of machine learning, which is used nature-based algorithm and non-nature-based algorithm. Under this umbrella, now the big umbrella, artificial intelligence. Underneath machine learning, underneath small of this is computational intelligence, which is, I just show you how many applications there. Computational intelligence is a part of the machine learning, which is mainly used based on the nature-based algorithm development. And under computational intelligence, there is two areas. One we called it normal computational intelligence or shallow learning. The other one we called it deep learning. So computational intelligence-based problem, saying that, so what the type of problems that the machine learning and the computational intelligence can solve? Computational intelligence cannot solve everything. Machine learning cannot solve everything. It can solve problems, and we can classify it in four categories. One of them we call the classification. What we mean by classification? We give an email to the system algorithm. We ask it, try to find out, is it spam or not a spam? We give the system an image. We try to ask the system to find out, is it cancer or not cancer? This is, we call it classification. We know what the input, we know what the output, and we learn the system to take a decision. The other one is regression. We try to find a same like classification, but as in value rather than in classes. So let us say we try to predict the house prices after 10 years. So we are going to say, this is the area, this is the prices for last 10 years. Can you predict the future 10 years? So the outcome would give us as a value. This is a type of regression. But when I say the prices, whatever, it's more complicated than this. The other one, the clustering. We don't know what the sharing thinks in our data. Like we give the system a group of photos and we ask them to separate them, put them in groups. So let us say we give them 100 photo and ask the system or image, we tell them separate them. So the system going to find the hidden relation, like maybe going to sorting this image based on the appearing of the person, like all the image that Anam on it, put it in one group, or the image I am in it, put it in another group, and so on. And the last type of category that the computational intelligence can solve it is rule extraction. Let us say you go to supermarket and you buy something, okay? Human cannot notice what you bought. What's the relation between the item that you bought? So the machine learning here try to find the rule that link the item. Let us say they're going to find out who's ever buy a Pepsi Cola or cola is going to buy bread. So they try to find such hidden relation in huge data and as sequence and consequence and put it. So it will, let us say, help the supermarket to put the cola next to the bread and so on. This is a rule extraction. So how this can be done? The machine learning need to learn, or computational intelligence is a part of the machine learning, need to learn. We have two types of learning, supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning, we have the data and we know what it means. We have like a group of image, okay, and we know which image is cancer or not cancer. We take some information from that image or this image and represent the whole image, like we don't take all the image, we take just part of it, okay? And we call this is, but still represented enough information. We called it features. And these features, we are going to teach or exactly teach the machine what it means. So we have an image, we know it's cancer. The machine is going to give us as cancer or not cancer. If it gives it cancer, we say you are correct. Not cancer, we say you are not correct. Until we reach some satisfactory outcome that the machine now learned what each image. After that, we are going to show them an image we haven't used them in the training and ask them, okay, is it correct, the decision or not? So we have you have a big data, we separated two parts. It's training and testing data and see how it goes. But I'm going to say, if we want to teach a human how to drive, if you are not going to give him a good instruction, you are not going to expect he be a good driver. But again, you are not going to, let us say, teach him all the possible situations that maybe he or she faced. So, but you are going to think, you give him enough knowledge, so any situation or any case while he or she driving, he can take a correct decision. So this is the supervised learning. The other one, unsupervised learning, which is, I just mentioned it like in the clustering. We have a data, but we are not sure what the relation between them. And we we also try to pick up, we cannot deal with the whole data, pick up a part of the data, but that give us enough information, more informative features, and we train the machine learning on it, and we expect the model is going to cluster or give us the correct answer, and same we are going to use it after we think is get a good knowledge, we are going to use it in test data. So machine learning and supervised learning, which usually used with the cluster, and supervised learning, we use it in classification and regression. There is also another type of learning, we call the reinforcement learning, which is based on the reward policy. So when the machine predict or learn something correct, we give them a reward. When the machine don't predict a good decision, we put a penalty. So this is a different type of learning. Based on that, this is the shallow learning, and each learning has a data, pre-processing, feature extraction, feature selection, classification, or algorithm decision. Now we come for the deep learning. Deep learning is same like shallow or normal learning, but has many hidden layers. And the hidden layers, each of them has maybe a different activation function and different way to learn. So the idea, we are going to take the data, we pick up part of it, we extend it, we pick up part of the extended, we zoom it again, and we zoom it maybe again, we zoom it again. After that, we extend it to the classification area. So this is a deep learning, is not more than many extra layers that enable the system to learn. But the deep learning has no feature selection, and it can learn its feature. The others, the engineer, or we call it handcuffed engineer, we need to mention what the features. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So it will be learn the feature by itself. This is the reason it's need a lot of data to make it work. There is another one, we call the transfer learning. Like deep learning, it needs a huge amount of data. It needs a huge amount of processing. Like one machine learning, deep machine learning, it costs around $430,000 electricity as electricity money or electricity cost. So there is no way that everybody can do all this. So the idea now, how we can get a ready machine or a ready system, and we just try maybe separate the input and the last two layer, the output, and we use it for our system. This is what we call the transfer learning. In other words, the transfer learning, we use ready trained deep learning but with some modification so we can work it. And there is a new area also, mobile learning, which is in small devices and can work. Mobile deep learning. So now, how we are going to use this computational intelligence? There is steps. First of all, to use any computational or machine learning algorithm, or first of all, you should ask yourself, is the problem is a computational intelligence or machine learning or not? Can you classify your problem either classification or regression or clustering or rule extraction? So if it's not, you cannot classify it under these categories, so you don't need to go for computational intelligence to solve for you the problem. After that, you need to pick up the element. You need to know exactly what the problem description, and try to determine which type of common classes. So you need to know your data. The third one, you should start where the other finish. So you never start from zero. You should go to the area that is close to your area or similar to your area and try to find out what the other have done. After that, you are going to try to have enough information to start with your data and with your problem. So this is the general steps for computational intelligence that everybody should consider it. So, but still, each application cannot work for all. Okay, we call it the universal model, but it's not working for all. So each application or each area of applied computational intelligence, you should consider the application type. You should consider the real-time processing. You should consider the data size, and you should consider if you have enough information about your data, like this image label, what we call label, what it means. This image car plate number, this image a cancer, this image a big house or a small house, and so on. Okay, and real-time processing, we should, real-time processing, we should know the time limitation and processing power, how much time you can spend, how much consuming power, how you can work with it, and so on. That are the digital hardware limitation. And also for data size, you should know if you have a small data, what you need to do with it. If you have a big data, what you need to do. If you have noisy data, what you need to do. The next thing is the data information, the labeling. What you are going to do, this is the problems. If there you don't have a label. I mean, in health or in medical, most likely two specialists, they don't agree on the same diagnosing. Like one guy, he say this image a cancer, another pathologist say this image not a cancer, or both of them they say we are not sure. So this is what we call the labeling, double labeling, or no labeling. For assistive devices, we have social assistive devices, physical contact assistive devices, collaboration in neuroscience, conjunctive devices, intelligent human-machine interaction, and behavior-based system. I'm now going to give you some example what we have done and how we dealt with the problem, labeling none of the data for real-time processing and the power we needed, and so on. So first of all, let us say social interaction and physical contact project. We done fatigue, stress, depression, and autism-based biosignals. We done bio-driven control system for exoskeleton-based for rehabilitation device. So for fatigue, if we want to deal with it, fatigue and stress, we done some work on the physical fatigue, not the psychological fatigue. I have just one paper now for psychological one. We done fatigue based on EMG and based on human-machine interaction and wearable assistive devices. For we done something of prediction of the motor for future performance. We done some non-invasive autonomous thermometer utilizing thermographical camera, and we develop a system for automated evaluation for in cattle stress. We have application for non-contact Doppler radar, and we have some machine learning based prediction for depression type 2 diabetes. So I'm going to talk about contact wire or wireless and non-contact camera or radar, and this project can be integrated in in many human application, and there are more work for humanized computation intelligence. So for fatigue, we tried to predict the failure. Fatigue is failure to let us say to provide the expected force, and there is a lot of problem make the human not capable to behave normally, feel weaker, and in some cases you also reach impaired physical function. So we try to use the muscle signal to predict the fatigue that may be happen to the muscle, and that was mainly for industry or military application. So the idea, we try to link that fatigue to the EMG, the muscle signal amplitude, which is increased with the fatigue, and the frequency will, for this EMG signal, muscle signal, will be decreased with fatigue, and the velocity for, let us say, action that muscle can take it, we call the motor unit, will be affected by fatigue. So some possible application: real-time fatigue problem in defense, personnel and alarming, real-time fatigue monitoring prediction, online monitoring feedback to the defense personnel and state of the muscle fatigue, personalized response for each user, this handle a different human differences. So maybe one human has a fatigue more than others. Okay. The idea about our system to make built many algorithms that can be reach a real time less than 100 milliseconds. We say we pick up from reading the data to take actions should be less than 200 milliseconds, very reliable, real time, and we use contact sensor, wire and wireless, and can predict the future development of possible. Even we can predict this can, in this case, is the human going to develop a fatigue or not? Okay, so, sorry. The problem with the screen, I need to move these things. I don't know how to release. Let me put it here. Okay. So there is a prediction for motor function of future performance. We try, there is a human have a stroke. Stroke make the whole of the half of the body paralyzed. The physiotherapist give them a type of exercise, but we are not sure if this exercise will be a good for human or it's going to make him recover. We called it this recovery, we called it rehabilitation. So we got a collecting data from Japan, and we use it for support vector machine with the one type of algorithm. And we used EMG to predict if this type of exercise, we give it physiotherapist exercise, we give it to the person is going to help him to develop, rehab or become better in the future, or will slow his rehabilitation or slow his capability to be returned as normal. And also we can also use it for protect the fatigue and stress. Okay, for non-invasive also we use a thermal camera to predict the human body temperature and try also to protect a body. So in this case, we built algorithm just to try to find out from a camera, two cameras in the one unit, okay, how we can find that human temperature and human body activities so we can make a judgment. This is a flow chart of this one, give you some ideas about it. Okay, we have also developed evaluation for stress in cattle. The problem in cattle, the cattle as animal have a stress. When it have a stress, when the animal is slaughtered, it will and has a stress, it will go to develop what we call the dark meat. This dark meat cannot be used by human. Okay, so the idea, can we predict if the animal under stress or not? So the normal situation, they used to measure the pH, and if the pH, they took a blood sample and analysis, and if the pH 5.9 or more, it will be going to generate a dark meat. But the problem, this will be done after the slaughter, and also cannot take all the sample of blood for all, or saliva also for all animals, and it will take more time. So our idea, can we use infrared, okay, to predict the animal maybe have a stress or not? So we done many applications, but the main things, our contribution is to find the eye of the animal, because the eye of the animal, the coronary for a human or animal, represent the correct temperature, and we link the correct temperature with the pH level in machine learning. So we develop multi-view face, because you cannot ask the animal to face the camera. So we develop multi-view faces in the image, and we try to find the camera. sorry, the eye, and we called it find the area of interest. We called it segmentation, and based on that, we found based on the eye position, we measure the temperature. Based on the temperature, we link it to the pH level, and we say this animal don't slaughter it because it's going to develop, it's under stress, going to develop. Okay, so this is another type. We already published this one. Okay, but the problem with this one, all this application, it's any diagnosing algorithm has a data cleaning that you need to prepare your data very nice, and you need to know your data. Always we say know your data, KYD. Okay, you should always, you need to label it and be sure about it, and you need to make sure that you have enough knowledge how to separate the data for testing and training, and be sure how it works. And this is data cleaning. This is, I'm not going to go around it. There is a lot of type of data cleaning, data preparation, and make it work. And labeling also, you need to know what it means, if this animal has a stress or not. And based on that, we got a good result. The other one, we develop also autism system structure. We develop autism system. What we mean by that? We try to find a system to diagnose if this child has autism or not. Even we done for the sibling of the child. Is any of the sibling maybe going to have autism or not? So we develop a system that can get, we ask we use augmented reality, and we ask the child to make a certain movement, and based on this movement, we analyze it, we get a feature extraction, and we analyze that movement, and we can classify it as have this child have autism or not. We face one problem, which is we called it the data size. So we cannot recruit a lot of acoustic kids, the kids with autism. So what we have done, we have developed an algorithm, we called it data augmentation. What we mean by data augmentation, we try to generate a big data from small data. That's that we have like 100 sample, or let us say we have 10 kids, and we try to generate based on this 10 kids data, 10,000 data, and so on. We develop our own algorithm, and we use, we try to avoid the deep learning data generation. We use our own algorithm, and the idea is like this image. If you can see it in one way, this is image. You can flow it. You can change the zoom in, zoom out. You can change the angle of the image. All of them, it can generate for you a new data. So when we generate a new data, we are not generated rubbish data. We generated based on the same meaning of the real data. This is, I mean, I just give you for image, not a signal, because it's easy to understand. And based on this, we get, this is our algorithm, and we deal with the problem when we have not enough data, and we generate from 6 or 10 samples, we generate thousands. But by the way, our generation, not on the raw data, our algorithm work on the features of the data. And this is how it works. We have a class A, we take a features, we have a class B, we take a features, and our algorithm working to make extension.
Nutrisi yang cukup tinggi sehingga dapat ditingkatkan nilai tambahnya.
Oh, sorry, any question? Okay. And we use our algorithm not just for autism. We use it in many data, and we prove it work. And this is how improve, like the normal accuracy for this is E. coli data, breast tissue cancer data, our own data. We always see it's improving the better accuracy after we use our virtual sampling generation. And we published 2 papers in this one. For the virtual sample-based autism systems, here, how we develop our autism. Usually, I'm just going fast. Let me just come here. Autism has been a type of disorder with the kids and has some characteristic. Mainly, there is no eye communication or bad communication between the kids and the others. So, and the autism is increasing a lot, but the autism rising, let me say, not just because it's difficult of the life become more complex, but the people also now become aware what it means autism. And now with this new social media and other, we expect more people to have a problem in communication. So there are a lot of methods to diagnosing, but most of them are not friendly and is not easy to collect. Like one of them, monitor the child from remote location, just get a human to monitor, or watch a video for the child, record the video for 1 day and try to find out. So it's very important because early diagnosing of the autism can help the kids a lot. So our aim to find a friendly environment, early detection, early innovation, improving. And we use augmented data, augmented reality for this one. What we have done, we augmented reality different from virtual. The user can see himself inside. So we try to ask the human to do some activities. Who done such work? There is one work, we call it the study 1, just 3 participate by observation and is not expensive, but is also not accurate. Another one, 12 participate, they use wearable sensors. They ask the kids to, they attach to his hand a sensors and they ask them to move the things. And by the way, the acoustic child move the things different from normal child. And this is uncomfortable and it's take a lot of measurement and they just done simple analysis. And the other one is 30 participant passive markers. Poor is very high cost because you need a lot of cameras and wearable devices, but is accurate. So what we have done, we have ethical approval and we make augmented reality tracking of the system and we try to analyze the movement and get a human connect or not. We have used KinNet and we have 30 participants, 15 by 15, and we have our ethical approval. We have augmented reality and tracking and analysis, and we got a very good result compared to others, but still cheap and good. I'm going to show you, this is the study 2, 3, and our study is always higher than others. And this is a video for acoustic kids. Try to move a ball to put it on its position. And while it's moving, we try to get the reading. So, and see the type of movement. And he tried to put the things here. And this is for normal kids. See how she moved her hand different totally from the acoustic kids. So we're tracking the movement of the hand and while she doing augmented reality exercise. Okay, we done also something about machine learning based prediction, which is about depression, about type 2 diabetes patients, and we took all the possible effect to make a depression. And based on that, we train a machine learning to give us a better result rather than, because now what they use in psychology, they use survey and collect the data. After that, they give a weight for each factor, and based on that, they judge if it is going to have, is it going to have a depression or not, or have a depression or not. For us, we use a machine learning to do that job. For non-contact Doppler radars, what we have done, we use a radar, which is the height of it around 30 centimeter. We put it next to the human while he's sleeping, and we try to find, based on the two wave of ultrasound, the difference between them 90 degree, we try to find out what the heart rate, what the position of the body, and so on. So this is how it looked like, the system. Okay. By the way, it's 5.8 giga, so it's capable. And we place it 0.5 to 3 meters from the patient. And we put algorithm to predict the respiratory, the heart rate, the interpulmonary pressure, the inside pressure, the tidal value, the value of the air in the muscle, in the lung, and the oxygen saturation level, and what the orientation of the body while he's sleeping. Sleep on the left, on the right, upright, snaps, prone, and so on. So we have 24 chronic heart failure, and this is the age of them. The average age almost 69 years, and the average weight 86. And we got the data from them, and we benchmark it with the BSG analysis, the benchmark. We're facing a problem here. There is no way from ultrasound we can get all this information. So what we develop three-dimensional feature extraction method. What we mean by that? You recall the image when we flip it and try to generate a new data. Here we tried from 2D to generate a 3D data, and based on that we generate the features. This we called it novel three-dimensional feature representation extract technique, which is we use two methods. One we call the spital dimension transform and spital dimension decomposition. And based on that, we generate from two, let us say, achieve from this two data transformation. We make augmentation, increase the data size, we make normalization, scaling, and feature extraction. So this is the method behind. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's in our paper, and I'll be happy to talk about it more. So based on that, we augmented the data. We increased the type of the size of the data so we can make it work for our algorithm. This is an example. This is the normal one. Here the 2D. This is another 2D. After that, we link them to make it a 3D representation. And based on that, we got a respiratory, the heart rate result, and is working good. So we achieve a non-contact sensor all the required systems, or all the required the breathing rate, the heart rate. By the way, when the ultrasound reach the chest of the body, can get the breathing, but for the heart we need to be sure, because the heart one is pumping, also we need to be sure it's affect the level of the chest. So based on that, we try to be sure how it works. Also, we found that the direction of the body, it's affect our reading. So we develop algorithm to find how the human sleep, and we use this also deep learning. And this is also for oxygen saturation, how much oxygen inside the human body. If less than 50% is going to have a type of health problem. And this is what we published. An IEEE sensor, IEEE sensors, IEEE I think we have one in computer, one in big data, conjunction computing, and so on. So this is for one. The other one, how am I in time? What's the time now? Okay, good. Okay, we have a bio-driven systems, which is we try to use a control exoskeleton-based rehabilitation devices. And the ultimate goal is to develop algorithm that can work with the human and give it satisfactory or let us comfortability to be used. And this device should be cheap and easy to use and can motivate the users. They can help and can extract to new application of a human-machine interaction or human-computer interaction, and can be used in rehabilitation or can be used as assistive device for the people who have a weak hand. So we have a problem with the rehabilitation, the acceptance rate, the myoelectrical, the muscle signal processing should be a real time, and also should be going for real-time processing. And the facing things, when we move the sensor of the muscle, okay, it will change the reading. If the limb, the hand will move, the reading change. If the muscle has a fatigue, tired, the reading change. So we should deal with all this problem, and also should deal with all of this reading, pre-processing, remove the noise, and feature extraction, feature selection, classification should be less than 300 minutes and should be the ideal between 300 millisecond, the ideal between 100 to 175. What I mean by that, like let us say you are a wearable, you are a touch wearable robot to your hand. So the time from your thinking to make the robot or even the natural human hand to move, it's around 300 milliseconds. So to avoid the time delay, like the human think he move his finger and the robot not responding, this is a time delay. So this is, we should deal with it, and should be less than 300 milliseconds. So the human, he feel naturally moving his arm or moving the wearable robot attached to his arm. This is main work has been done with Anam. And he put 2 sensors and classified 10 movement of the hand, each finger alone, combined finger, and open and the close of the hand. This is, by the way, Anam hand, if nobody know it. Just to give you small things. So when he moved his finger, one of the robot, this is very old one, we developed it, I think 2012. And see in the here on the screen, when he remove any finger, it will be highlight in the screen which finger. I ask you just to remove the last 2 fingers together, alone, separate. You will find that it's not easy to move a finger alone. There is a lot of movement, but Anam built a very good algorithm, and he developed extreme learning machine algorithm to make a real-time application. And this is our newest robot.
Okay, so now you can start.
When it move any finger, it will be moved there. Okay, this is not based on EMG.
Recording.
Okay, but we called it bilateral. Yeah. Now we try to put that here on this controller to make it work based on EMG.
Recording.
So in this case, what we dealt with the problem of the real-time application. So we try to find the algorithm that can fit with our time limitation, and also state-of-the-art pattern recognition, data acquisition, pre-processing, feature extraction, feature reduction, classification, post-processing, and intent finger movement. Okay, so we also, Anam and some of our later his colleagues also developed new features. What the features? In reality, The features is a mathematical equation, has no human sense, but it represents the signal. So this is what we call the feature. Like a wavelength, number of zeros crossing, like when the signal cross the x-axis, and so on. The mean, the average, the absolute value, the standard deviation, and so on. So he, Anam, and also some of his colleagues develop even now more new features that help us to make it work in real time. And he also developed extreme learning machine algorithm and develop a swarm algorithm based on particle swarm optimization. And I recall he also developed swarm wavelet and wavelet packet weight and so on. Okay, he developed adaptive wavelet machine, semi-adaptive wavelet machine, and also semi-adaptive PRS, which is meaning semi-adaptive pattern recognition system. Okay, and he got a very good result in offline and online, because one of the construction cannot be deal with it of online when it works. This is most of it Anam work. Okay, and can be done with the amplitude for the, we use amplitude data, people who lost their arm from the fall, and also we use it with healthy subjects. And this is some of the publication we already published with Anam. Okay, for a small size of data and unlabeled data, we try also to develop some algorithm about it. So what's the idea about the algorithm? If we have limited available labeled data, I mean, we have like 30 or 50 image, and we are not sure, maybe 20 of them, we are not sure, is it cancer or not cancer? While the other 30, we sure maybe 10 cancer, 20 not cancer. So especially this is in histopathological image, the image under microscope. So what we try to do, we try to trade off, okay, or build a system that we don't want to make it very complex, but still generalize a good result. So this is the normal image for skin cancer. We develop something in segmentation. And this is the image under microscope for biopsy of skin cancer. So we develop a system in deep learning. We put a new type of neural network, we call it bootstrapping, and this is mixing the data. And this data, we try to separate it into two set training and one set for testing. And this data, we try to classify it by advisable, our own algorithm, develop our own algorithm. We call it advisable support vector machine and deep belief network. And based on that, after we mixing them, in other words, we try to find the closest similarity between the one we know it's cancer with the one we are not sure about it. And we train it many times and it's proved it working. So we developed what we call the semi-advisable learning model for automated recognition for cancer, and it's used for both unlabeled and labeled data. So by this, we make the machine working in better. And we use a deep belief network, as I mentioned, to separate them in two states. And also we develop advisable support vector machine, which is a try also to work with the data, unlabeled data, make it, or unclassified data. We make it try to find the feature to find out closer to which one. I'm not going to talk, and this is some of our publication. So now we talk about this. Are we really solve problems? There are still huge problems, especially in this area, social assistive system or medical system, and there will be a lot of improvement in real application. Now a lot of work in theory, but when it comes reality, it's a different things. So there we still have a lot of shortage and classification and stage for computational intelligence. We still have a problem with the deep learning and feature learning. We still have a problem with the feature extraction. We still have problem with the training, separation of the data. We problem in data preparation and in the classification. So in reality, the work is never finished. So I'm going to give you some example, okay, like, and we still have a lot of far to go to personalize or generalize the response of our machine based on the human or individual help or individual need. So there are a lot of working in this area. Whatever it has been done is still a lot of work. And especially in the fusion of the data, when we use multi-source of multi-type of data, we move it inside. And we also, our computational intelligence don't know what the human feel. So if the system not know what the fear, what a happy, what a sad, is not going to give a good response. So now we need a lot of improvement in new data handling. One of the big problem now, we take the data, we took the data, we separated to part of it training and part of it testing, and we assume this will cover the possible situation, but it's never going to cover the real application possible situation. So there is a big research now about data handling. I'll give you one example for the fraud, credit card fraud. Credit card fraud, the fraud may be happen in 1 million transaction, 10 may be fraud. So now we have 1 million, 10 of them fraud. Has no sensible percentage. So we need what we call the data sampling. We need to get enough data that the good transaction cannot cover up the bad transaction. And this is a human thing. We collect the data for months. We train our system, but the human find a new way for frauds. So we always need to update. So this is one of the problems dealing with the data and data preparation, data separation, data backupping, data processing. So, and we need the new model of fusion. We cannot use, different type of data like biological data, like muscle and brain data. We cannot, because they are different. We need to know how to maximize fusion them, we mixing them together. We need the new deep or feature extraction and selection. Deep learning, maybe the system now they found that wrongly learn, not what they expect what we learn. So still there is a big area. We need a new classifier approach. Still classifiers is based on the algorithm, based on the application, but we still need more. And deep learning is somehow is a black box. So we need to have more understanding what happened inside so we can deal with it. So all of these still under discussion and not complete. So there are many research directions now in this area. And the best things I always say, know your data. I mean, just I'll give you an example. If you don't know how to prepare a person to drive and you have not enough scenario, is never become a good driver. Okay, and if you teach him how to drive in a small, let us in city street is never, or just in highway street is never going to drive good in the normal streets or in the city streets. And there is no clear definition yet for computational intelligence. There is still a lot of, let us say, discussion about. There is a lot of future work can continue, and especially in normalization of the data and data preparation to make the algorithm work. And also there is a lot of a problem in security, how we can make that working together. And in conclusion, wide area, many issues especially in real application, still need to be solved. Health research is still far from real-time application or real application. The advantage of technology helps more in high research progress, but still need a lot of things. And always, as I mentioned, never start from scratch, start when other finish. By the way, this is not just my work. I never work alone, and I never done this work alone. Is a part of the team and one of the nice team of my team, Anam, and hopefully we are going to continue working together. Okay, by this I stop here.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'll be happy for, sorry I talk a lot, but I'll be happy for any discussion or question.
Okay, thank you very much, because you are invited to talk a lot. Thank you very much for the nice presentation and very holistic presentation. By the way, most of the research are in the area of biomedical engineering. But I just found one, this one, the research about the cattle stress. So to avoid dark media. It is not really in the human side, but in the animal side. But still, it collects a signal from the body of human, and sorry, from the creator. In this term is from the animal. But this is interesting. Maybe there are a lot of questions from the audience. So we now arrive in Q and answer section.
Yep, just a comment on that before you go ahead. We also develop for diabetes, depression for diabetes, and I have now paper under publication for using ECG, the heart, and the EMG to find the stress in the human, but it's not published yet. Sorry, carry on.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Another thing is about the oxygen saturation. Saturation of the oxygen is very important to detect the COVID, to diagnose the COVID in early detection, because the saturation of the oxygen is very important for the people. And now it is, there are many not invasive actually, like touch. This one that you are developing is untouched oxygen saturation. This is nice, it's interesting. But maybe the audience already keeps some question. Please, for the question, you can ask directly using your voice. But if you don't want to speak directly, you can write the question in the chat box. If you don't know how to say in English, you can ask in Bahasa, and someone will translate it for you. Okay, so just make it simple, make it nice. Inshallah, we will help you to deliver the question to our keynote speaker. Okay, maybe our committee would like to share the question on the screen, please.
Okay, thank you.
I can see first question about black box, and this about formula equation or algorithm or swarming. I think the black box, the whole deep learning is a black box, or the whole feature learning is a black box. I'm not talking about shallow learning, as I'm not including the feature selection, extraction, because this is done by human hand and after that coded. I'm talking, we don't know sure how the system learn. We know that neural network changes the weight to learn. So, but how we can influence changing the weight, or can we do something with it? It's a black box for us. Sorry.
Okay, Mas Wiji, do you have any response from the answer?
Hello,
Yeah.
Saranam.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Can you share the question?
Yes. There are a lot of questions. Wait.
Okay.
It might be one
Could
by
you
one.
see it?
Yeah,
Could you
yes.
see it? Okay.
Yes, we can see it. The first one. Let me read it. Maybe Professor Adel would like to read it by
Just
yourself.
please zoom in a little bit. Make it a little bit bigger.
Zoom. Make it bigger.
Okay. Wait.
As undergraduate students, we are no, they're not that big, so I can read it. Yep. We are sold them to get machine learning material. Okay.
As undergraduate student, we are sent them to get machine learning material in the detail, maybe in the class here.
Okay. Now there is two direction.
What is the step?
Yeah. One direction for machine learning, they told you use it as it is. And this is most of the data analytic people use it. They don't know what behind, but use it as a user. Let me give you an example. You're using differential, I don't know what the background from the question from the students, but let us say you have a differential equation. Okay, differential equation, you can use it in electrical and mathematics and others. Okay, but do you know how differential equation coming? What the differential of x squared, y is it 2x? Differential of x squared on the dt is 2x. Why 2x? Is a lot of mathematical, let us say, steps and the stage behind. But you are a user. You are not interested how you got the differential equation of 2 from x squared, it will be 2x. You are a user. Here, machine learning also has two, let us say, way of thinking. One, they say it's ready, algorithm ready. You are just a user. So you can use it and you don't need really to understand how it works. Okay? But this will be to certain stages, all right, but later, if you don't know how it works, you're not going to improve your application. The other one, they say you should know how it works, so you know how to deal with the problem. So about material, there are now huge material on the YouTube and the internet and so on. My best advice, pick up a problem and try to understand how the others solve it. Don't learn everything. Okay, this is the best maximize improvement you can maybe get it from the machine learning. So you don't pick up one paper, one application, and try to duplicate it by yourself. Okay, I'm not sure if you are answer. I will happy if the students need more discussion. In our research, we often carry out research and finish it with on the published paper without any further work to produce a product. How to avoid that? The best things to avoid that, pick up a problem that it's need to be solved, and you will be let me say amazed. You will be surprised that the industry, they need to solve basic problems, not that really big problems. So either you go to the people you think they will be useful for them, ask them what the problem you have, or you know what they are doing and go and show them that you can solve for them their problem in better way. And this way you can publish and you can get a product. Or you can get a real problem, but don't assume you know the problem. Okay? Never ever assume with that. Like I'm working with the medical doctors. I surprised for many times. I thought my thinking about the problem different what they want. So it's a better, okay, to pick up a real problem that you know what it is, you know the users, and try to use it to avoid just publishing. Okay, when you seeing your CV,
before we go to the third question, we can discuss first from the first and the second one.
Yep.
I mean, for the first one, maybe the student who asked this question, maybe he thinks or that the material that they got from the lecturer, maybe that's not enough for them to get into the machine learning. Maybe the suggestion is very good. Try to pick up the problem and then try to mimic someone else that already done it, and then try to immerse with that method. And by the way, bit by bit, try to understand the problem. I think that's your suggestion about the question number one. Is it correct?
Yes, I don't know.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Sorry, my internet connection is not good. I'm sorry. My internet connection is better.
I think, Anam, we go for the next and later.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
We are so sorry, Dr. Adel Al-Jumali, because we have problem about the
Okay.
internet connection.
I can continue with the question and we have a discussion later.
Yes, maybe the next question, number 3.
Okay, when you are seeing your CV, how you done empirical or provide the index, how do you keep working when you are feel stuck? You should have a belief. Nothing can stop you what you want to do. And sometimes you need to take some medicine, like for the high blood pressure, or deal with it. But trust me, now I feel it's a mistake. I admit it is a mistake. Almost 2 years, my sleeping was 3 to 4 hours a day. But I think I never advise anybody to do that. All right. Since I stopped that almost the end of early 2019. Before that, really, I don't sleep more than 4 to 5 hours. But in that time, I have more than 13 PhD students. But never live your life, okay? Live your life, but have a good plan. That's all. I am sure if you give anything enough time for anything, you can reach it. And don't overcommit. Okay, don't overcommit, because if anything happened to you, okay, no machine learning can replace you. Okay, so put good plan, stuck with it, be good organized. So that's all. You can achieve more than more, and I am sure 100 times what I achieved. Okay. Fourth, in machine learning implementation for health, how do you convince a stakeholder? Okay, first of all, I don't go with them for a ready product. Nobody will accept ready product. I try to start with them in early stage, or at least in medium stage. So I have my own way. Let me say, I did my homework and go to them, tell them, okay, we done this, we present this, and you surprised, like I went for automation of a triad system. And I met the head of emergency department in the hospital. He rejected totally. Yeah, but why he rejected? He told me, there is no way I can give you access to the hospital network. I need access to the hospital network so I can make it work. I want, and very convenience, I tell him I'll do this, and I can do it. I done this prototype, I can show you, but I need access for network so the system work. He say, even the minister will not give it to you. So this is something, this is why I said you should early approach the stakeholder and early have a discussion, because your imagination to solve the problem may be not fit with them, or maybe they are totally not believe what you can reach. I am telling you another example. I went for sleep disorder specialist. This is, I think, in 2012. I have PhD students. We are working in sleep apnea, the problem, breathing problem while sleeping. I told him what we want to achieve. And he told me, can we make the human like a dolphin, half of his brain sleep and half of it wake up? So you're not going to have a sleep apnea? I tell him, no, lower it a little bit, so we can have a richer discussion. So this is a way, engage with the stakeholder earlier is better. Okay, in case of Indonesian research, we often get difficulties to find out a subject to test the reliability product in our research outcome. For example, the amplitude to the war appropriate hand of the stroke patient to wear excellent. Mate, you are lucky you are Indonesian. Come to Australia and you will find it's very difficult to become close or next to the patient. We apply ethical approval to the university. We apply ethical approval to the hospital. And within that, they say, don't touch the patient. Don't become close. Tell us what you want us to do. You are not qualified. You are engineer. You are not qualified to deal with the patient. Tell us where we place the sensor, we place it to you. And Indonesia is much easier. Okay. So, trust me, we suffer from. This is the reason I am one of my students collect the data from Iraq, not a student's collaborator. One of my students collect the data from Jordan. We use Japanese data. We use United States data. You use Italian data. So it's not necessary you collect the data by yourself. But as Indonesian, I have been in Indonesia and I have been in Thailand. I have been in Malaysia. Trust me, is easier and much easier also in China. Okay, so don't be not happy. I wish I can test my algorithm in Indonesia because I know it's less complex.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, maybe Anam can comment on this.
Yeah, that's true, because Indonesia actually maybe sometime without having the ethical approval, we can do the experiment, but this broke the law. It is broken the law. It's not right, but we can do that in Indonesia. Yeah. Can you hear my voice?
Sorry.
Can you hear my voice, please? Sorry.
Yeah, I am hearing you.
Okay. Sorry, my internet connection is not good, so there is a technical problem. Okay, about the audience, how about the answer of the Professor Adel? Maybe if you want to have a discussion with our speaker, you can do directly by using your voice. Yeah, about the question from the box, chat box, no question anymore.
There is a comment, sorry, you cannot access the file. Which file?
Maybe for the attendance.
Sorry, there is a form maybe for attendance, sorry.
Yeah, for the attendance.
Presentation.
Okay. About the patent, maybe before the question from the audience, I would like to ask you some question, maybe just one first, about the cattle, about the cattle stress prediction.
Yep.
What is the accuracy of that one, and is it the system already applied in the cattle in the saltwater system or in the saltwater place?
Yeah, we could. Okay, the accuracy I cannot recall it, but and 80s, I think early 90s. I can find it for you from one of the paper, but it's a good accuracy. The cattle, yes, all the image we use it from cattle slaughterhouse. Okay, so we have a cameras. They place it there. The university, we've done that with Sydney University. They have it and with the Australian meat. So they give us the data and we analyze it. So the camera was fixed place and the slaughterhouse when the animals come somehow in row or in line to guide them to slaughtering area. So this is, but we haven't used it in outside environment yet, because while outside environment, the thermo image or the thermal camera will affect by the temperature, the sunlight, and so on. So this is an indoor environment, not outdoor environment yet.
Okay, thank you. Another question is about the probability, the application of the machine learning to different area. You already apply the machine learning for many applications in the biomedical engineering application. How about the possibility of machine learning to be applied in, for example, in agricultural? Because in our university here, mostly our main focus is mostly in agricultural technology. Have you do you have any suggestion for this one?
Yeah. Yes, we've done some work in Internet of the Thing with machine learning in agriculture. Like you try to read the humidity and the water level and near some plants and send it, and the system will analyzes it. This is one. There's some work has been done from a drone reading the let us say analysis the green of they try to find the nitrogen level from the image of the leaf. Okay, there's some work in this area. This I haven't done it, one of my colleagues done it. We have also a big proposal, we done it but we didn't get the money, about personalized what they called the quantity of the food and monitor the animals in the farms. Okay, like this one, we can find the temperature, we can find the inflammation. We can also specialize the type of the extra things we give it to, I don't want to say hormone, whatever, the extra materials we give it to the animals based on each animal condition. Okay, and they called it, I think they called it the food lot, how much food for each one of them. So there's some automation part on it also. I have one application, maybe we can share it later. I mean, this is, and there are many. So it's, if you want to use the drone, it's a different from you're going to change the infrastructure, put a sensor next to each plant to find the nitrogen level, especially in cotton and others, so you can know how much mineral or how much water it need and so on. You want to use the drone or you want to use the normal sensors, Internet of the Thing?
Okay, yes.
If the drone, you need the image processing, and no image processing can work nice without machine learning.
Yeah, it's true. From the audience, maybe you have some question. We still have time. Maybe we'll finish until.
There is one question coming to me privately. Yep. Is machine learning predictive analytic? What is the accuracy of this? Okay, sorry, the question is not clear for me. If the machine learning predictive analytic, so I don't know what it means, but if the accuracy for prediction in many applications is very good. Okay, but I don't know predictive analytic what it means. But a prediction in many applications is very huge. And there is one branch I haven't moved on it. We called it recommended systems. Okay, recommended system can also working based on predictive or prediction of the application prediction application. I haven't touched recommended system.
The recommended system like what we have in YouTube, Facebook, yeah. Because
No, it's more than this. Like now you want to know what's the prices of a hotel. Let us say a hotel room after 5 years. You cannot just predict it based on the normal rate, because the hotel will be old. The area, maybe another hotel will be built. The area maybe is not attractive after 5 years. So there are many factors. This is how recommended system get many factors, try to work with it.
Okay. There is a question in the chat box. Can you see it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I do apologize. My question was a bit out of line. Can you detect someone lying to the judge if her condition was insane or crazy with the machine? Okay. By the way, now the machine learning make the robot lie. Okay. Arnold R can train the robot to lie, not to tell the truth. So can machine learning detect if the human lying or not? Yes, I think like now what we called that they called it the test, the machine that tests if they try to test if they're telling the truth or not. They test biological signal, and based on that they can judge it. So if it was insane or crazy, okay, if the human can detect based on observation and experience, if we got a lot of crazy or insane people and we know what they lie or not lie, we can train the machine learning.
Okay.
But you cannot, not going to work based on individual. The machine learning never work based on the individual case. It's needed type of data. Like I said, if you want to teach a person how to drive, you don't expect that he is going to be a good driver just from one time. Tell him, okay, come, drive from A to B, get a license and go. He's not never be a good driver. What you called it in Indonesia, Kobe license?
Driver license, you mean?
Yeah, the driving license, the person who's not know how to drive and get his license, copy license, I think you called it. I forgot the name.
I don't know. Chalo maybe.
Illegal driving license.
Okay.
Yeah. Copy license, I think. I cannot recall it. Oh.
Yeah. So there is possibility, for machine learning to be trained in order to detect the person lie or not in the form of the judge.
Yes,
Depends
there's
on the
a
data.
possibility if we have enough data and we can get enough, let us say, type of data, not just enough data, not just observation from camera.
Yeah. So again, data is very important before we want to apply something, apply machine learning to some application. I have a private message to my chat box. The question is, I'm sorry, my question is still general. What is the negative impact AI will have on the future and how to prevent it from, example, in Indonesia? So this is maybe the worries of the AI for the future. What is your answer,
Okay.
please?
Yeah. What the effect of mobile phone, or what you call it, handset, mobile phone on the future? Okay.
No, not mobile phone. Sorry, the AI, the negative of AI.
Yeah. I just tried to link it. Okay.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah.
the AI is like any other algorithm or development or new technology that the people can use it. So it's based on the use. It will be negative, yes, because there will be a lot, maybe replacing a human in many applications, but also there will be a lot of positive. Okay, and like I'm telling you, what will be the effect of the mobile phone on the future, or the negative side of it? Sure, there is a negative, but always there is a positive side of it also.
Okay. Yeah. Like knife, It can be used for the negative or for the positive.
Yep.
Okay,
But
another question.
sorry, the men thinks people worried about losing their job. And the machine learning replaced them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
As you know, there are many algorithms resolve for problem or prediction machine learning. What is the
Another question is in the chat
Yep.
box.
Yep. Okay, this is a question about support vector machine. Okay, yes, there are many algorithms can solve for you and can predict. And there are always some people develops new things. This is the reason I mentioned always never start from zero, from scratch. Start what the other have finished and try to understand what they achieve. So you tell me what the minimum sample that we need to contact the analysis in machine learning. I'm going to ask you, what's your application? Because each application has a different issue to deal with it. Okay. So like I'm going to tell you, in the United States, the HIV, the AIDS diseases, they put them, should be, the medical doctor should be pick up 1 out of 4 way of a treatment. Okay, either way 1, way 2, way 3, way 4. Okay, and within that, no two experts agree on the same person or the same patient on the same treatment. It's so common, out of 4. So you tell me how many samples for support vector machine, tell me what's your application and how you need it. If you want to use a support vector machine to open dumb gate, okay, maybe once a year, you don't need it many samples like you are going to monitor a missile that's going to target certain target. So this is a different. So we cannot ask so general. But should be always, we say, enough data. What enough data is based on the application.
It's the good remark. Yeah, so how many the data that we need depend on the application. Okay. Is there any question from the audience? Maybe someone would like to ask directly?
Direct to.
Okay, please. Maybe you can raise your hand first. Okay, please don't forget to fill in your attendance list, because based on the list, we will give you the certificate. The certificate will be sent to your email directly. And also the material, inshallah, we will send it to you to your email about the material of today's presentation. I think if we don't have any question, I think we can complete our presentation today. So the machine learning is it is tool that we can use for many applications. Dr. Adel already mentioned some application in the biomedical engineering side. And in our university, actually, mostly we are focusing on the agriculture. But it doesn't mean that we can't apply it for biomedical, because the farmer is human. You know, the farmer is human. Human need some treatment from the medical side. So it doesn't mean if we focus on the medical application, it doesn't follow the strategic of our university. No, because we should think holistic, not only in the farmer side, but also not only for the farming, but also for the farmer. So the health application actually is good for the farmer. So
sorry to interrupt you, Adam. I'll be happy to collaborate with you on the agriculture, because I've done some work and I have a good proposal. Maybe we can consider it later.
Okay, thank you very much. Inshallah, we'll go further for the collaboration, and maybe in the future we will ask you to participate in examination of our student because we have some master degree student in our university, actually in Department of Electrical Engineering, and then maybe to leverage our status and our quality, we can ask you as examiner, external examiner.
Anam, Dr. Anam, whatever you think I'll be, I can be useful, I'll be happy to help. It will be my pleasure, and with the, what you call, Trimakasi.
Yes. Oh, I think that's all from us, and we do apologize to all of you audience for the mistakes, for the drawback, for the shortage that we already made during the event. And I do thank to Professor Adel for accepting our invitation and delivering the presentation, very nice presentation, and also to give us insight about the machine learning and its application, and also the future direction, and also the application in the agriculture side. Again, even though we are focusing on the agriculture, don't try to let people who are the farmer. The farmer is the human, need treatment from us. Okay, thank you. That's it from me. I will give it back to Master of Ceremony, Mas Harun Ismail. Maybe before that, someone can give the appreciation to Professor Adel for the certificate, probably. Share. Okay. Dr. Adel, sorry, because we don't have anything to do now because we are online. We are separated by ocean.
No, it's my pleasure. Really, I'll be happy to receive it by email. I'll be,
Okay.
I am happy.
Yeah. Inshallah.
I'm happy to be with Jambar University.
Okay, thank you very much. I will give it back to Mas Harun Ismail. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for Dr. Adel Ali Al-Jumaili for his insightful lecture, and also for the Mr. Khairul Anam as the guidance of his lecture. Thank you so much. And I think it's important for us to take some pictures together as a memory for this such a great event through screenshot by the organizers. Maybe Mr. Rijal or Mr. Zamroni can help us, and maybe everyone can show their image or their face.
Okay, smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rijal, done? Finished?
Finished, thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you for Mr. Adel Al-Jumaili. Thank you so much, and we hope by holding this such great event, we can do for future work by doing research or some exchange information for electrical engineering and biomedical engineering from UST. Lastly, it's a closing time. We hope that this lecture will be useful for us. Thank you so much and see you on the next great chance. Thank you for Master Degree of Electrical Engineering, University of Jember, for all the principal people, the dean, the department, the head department of electrical engineering, and also for all the participants. Thank you so much. Maybe we can leave for this such great meeting. Thank you. Good morning and good afternoon for Mr. Ade Al-Jumaili. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Adel.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry, I missed your name, but I know you are the boss, the dean. So
Yeah,
thank you
thank you.
so much.
See you again.
Okay, hopefully in the coming future or close future, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Monggo, Pak Anam duluan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Monggo Pak Anam pamit dulu.
Nggih, matur nuwun. Saya tak akhiri nggih.
Oke, Pak.